Hello everybody and welcome back to Test Drive Unlimited 2. I'm your host Valenfor, and in today's episode I think we are going to continue over to the C4 driving school, wherever that has gone. I think that's it there. We've still got a fairly long drive ahead of us. But we're going to get the C license out of the way today. Oh, come on. And perhaps we might even get lucky and manage to bank some money today rather than failing quite as miserably as we did yesterday, because that was terrible.
At the next intersection, turn left.
And that's,
Turn
of
left.
course, so long as I don't hit anything. We shall see. I don't want to speak too soon. But yeah, after yesterday's episode I was kind of thinking that perhaps it might be wiser to try and get all of the licenses done first before making headway with the rest of the championships, purely because, purely because you know, until you've actually got the licenses under your belt, you can't really make headway with any of the championships. So it probably makes more sense to ensure that we get all of the licenses, and then there's no problems in just ploughing our way through the rest of the championships, getting those done, and you know, heading on, onwards and upwards, as they say. So there we go. In any case, we have already made almost 3 miles worth of well, travel time in today's episode so far. Things are going well. It's a nice little speedy number that we're driving now. Good acceleration, good grip. Tell you what though, this game is atmospheric wise, it's all of a sudden going very, very dark. I really hope that it doesn't get too much darker. I can't remember us being in a nighttime situation in the Ibiza island. But hey, oh god, I've just noticed the massive bend coming up. Okay, whoa. Was that right? Have we just come off the right slip road? Yes, I think we have. Okay, good. I was starting to worry then. I thought maybe I'd turned too early. Let's get back on a straight road that allows us to overtake some things, because I've just noticed where we are at money wise, and hope no idiots decide to pull out in front of us like happened yesterday. Because as I say, that's the first time I've seen this game troll me like that. That is terrible. I agree the other times, you know, all my fault, but I don't think I've ever seen a game like that where it just decides to put a car in your path quite as rapidly as that one decided to, and he didn't even indicate. So I think insurance wise I would have been up on one there. Right, let's concentrate here now. I don't want to muck up. I said this yesterday. I'm sure everyone is thinking to themselves, hang on, we've got a sense of deja vu here. Oh my god. No, come on. Do you know what? I think I should just give up with even trying to get to the maximum trim, because that is not happening, is it? That is really not happening. What a bastard, yet again. Perhaps I should just give up in real life. No, I'm being silly now. Jesus. What? Oh, stupid noises put me off now as well. Okay, there's a wreck somewhere around here, but really don't care. You can always look for wrecks. Oh, come on. You can always look for wrecks at a later stage. So, we've only got 4 miles to go. And then we'll start making our way through the sea.
Your destination is 3 miles away.
Championship. I would also just like to apologise, guys, in advance for me clearing my throat all the time. I am actually an ex-smoker. I've been quit now for almost a year, which is really good. But I was fairly, well, for me, what I consider to be fairly heavy smoker, and
your destination is 2 miles away.
I think really I'm still sort of clearing gunge out of my you know, lungs and throat and everything else. So I do apologise for having to clear my throat. I really don't want to have to be doing it on the mic, but oh you git. But unfortunately, you know, especially as you've got like 2 hands on the controller, sometimes you just can't mute yourself before you have to, you know, just do it. So keep that in mind. I'm not doing it to be obnoxious or you know, to deafen anyone. It is just need to clear my throat.
Your destination is a half a mile away.
Not really sure how I managed to lose my money there. Whoa! I know how I managed to lose it there though. Right, okay. We are here.
Turn left.
By the looks of things. And let's get started.
You have reached your destination.
Let's see what this guy, the Todd, has to say for himself. Okay, I would hazard a guess and say that this is a Jag E-type, perhaps? I'm sure I will be proven wrong if I am. Let's see how this... Wow, okay, I didn't touch that at all. What are you talking about? Fine. Let's try this again. Already. Failed already. What is going on? I can tell you immediately though that I will probably not be driving the C-class races in this car, but in actual fact will be driving them in the Ferrari. I do remember that the Ferraris, I believe, handled better than this. 1 down. I think it's 4 races in this and 4 races in... it might even be the Ferrari actually. Right, 2 lap by the looks of things, and we have to stay on the road as much as possible to avoid the penalty. Now, we had the classic race. That was our first real championship way ago, you know, like, what are we talking, 15 videos ago, and when we did that, they were okay. I wouldn't necessarily consider them classic cars, but the game considered them classic cars, so we'll call them classic cars. But they were relatively modern day as far as I can remember. Okay, I think there was the Lotus Esprit, not very new, but you know, within, I guess it's 70s was that, and then the Lancia Delta. It's not amazingly old. The Fastback again. It's not a very old car. That particular model I don't think was very old. It's probably the oldest of all of those cars. But this is an old car. Pretty sure this is probably the oldest we've driven so far. And I understand, obviously, classics, they've got to be old, haven't they, really? And this would be considered a classic, as would the Ferrari. I can't really remember what the other cars are. I'm really hoping that that muck-up hasn't slowed us down. Ooh, okay, we need to speed up a bit, otherwise we're not going to get this at all. This is going to have been terrible if we've mucked this up. Oh God. We need to make up a little bit of time here, otherwise we are going to fail. Come on. Come on. No, we failed. Damn it. Wow. Absolutely terrible. Right, okay. I'm going to keep talking to a minimum here and actually going to concentrate now. So far we have not done very well with this race. I think I need to be braking on the straight and then just coming into the corners, because so far I've not done very well on these corners, particularly this one coming up. I need to really slow down. My understanding is you're more likely to brake on a straight than you are going through a bend. You start braking through a bend, you're gonna end up spinning out. Even in this old car. Like that, you see? Excuse me. Obviously you need to... There's a fine balance with some of these licenses now, between speed and, you know, going too fast. Because what you don't want to do is end up overshooting some of these bends. Because you just end up having to redo the bloody race over and over and over again. And sometimes some of these new cars, it just takes you a little while to get used to how they handle as well. Like we're on the what's this now? This is... You may have only seen one failed attempt. That's because I only wanted you to see one failed attempt. So this is the third time about us actually trying this race, because the first time, well, you saw that how abysmal that went. We managed to get around almost the entire track and failed miserably at the end. And the second time, well, let's just say I was too busy with my finger heavily on the accelerator that I overshot one of the checkpoints. So, not really doing very well. Let's just get this done. I think this might be another lap-based race, and this is horrible as well, if I remember rightly. So. Not sure how we're doing for time here. I'm really just concentrating on not hitting these barrels and trying to also keep my speed up at the same time, which is quite difficult because if you end up accelerating too hard in this car, you just end up spinning out, and I really don't want to do that. So let's try and concentrate on this bit. We look like we're doing okay. Oh god. Yes, good. Good! Okay. So far so good. Let's just take a quick swig. Wet the whistle. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got 9 checkpoints, lots of bends. Let's see how we come out on this first checkpoint. So far so good. We are 3.5 seconds ahead of time. But we did end up slowing down quite considerably for that last bend. No, okay, we seem to be making time. I know I keep saying this, but since the last time I played this years ago on the PlayStation, these tests seem to be, and I don't want to again jinx it by speaking too soon, but they seem to be considerably easier than when we did them, or rather when I did them the first time. I don't know whether perhaps it's just that I remember how to do some of these races, or you know, to make sure that the car is in control as you go around the corners or anything. But you know, I'm almost certain that... Oh Christ! There you go. I spoke too soon. Even after doing this a number of times on the PlayStation, I'm pretty sure that it took me at least, I would hazard a guess and say 15 or 16 attempts per race on some of these, just to complete them. And that wasn't because I was terrible at the game. That's just because they were so bloody hard. But anyway, I think even though we went off-road at that last point, we've got this one in the bag. Boom. Okay, so we can get rid of this heap of shit. Excuse me if anyone liked that car. It's not one of my favourites. This, on the other hand, is... As far as I'm concerned, these Ferraris handle very well. They may as well be super glued to the road. And I really hope I haven't spoken too soon. No, I haven't. Okay, good. Ooh, don't be a jippy. There we go. Yep. I'm not really sure why anyone would race in that car when you've got this car, and I just think this is miles better. Miles and miles and miles better. And boom, there we go. Another test bites the dust.
This course requires...
So, let's see what's up on this one. Oh, excuse me. I made some amazing... I don't really know what to call them. I guess there'd be no bake... well, anyway, I'll tell you what they are, and you can kind of, you know, comment and tell me what it is that I've made, because other than a mess, I'm not really sure what you could call them. Basically, I took some double chocolate digestive biscuits, smacked them the hell about until they were just crumbs, and then melted them in a pan with butter, raisins, marshmallows, and some smooth peanut butter. So it gives it that kind of nutty taste, which is always nice. And so I guess you could call it tiffin, really, but it isn't tiffin. that I've made, or perhaps Rocky Road. Oh God knows. Anyway, drizzled some chocolate on that. That went in the freezer. I know I said freezer. That was just to cool it down as quickly as possible, because after making such a yummy dish, you want to be sticking it in your gob as quickly as possible. So I made that. Had a slice last night. It was amazing. Had a slice this evening as well. Just as good. But if nothing else, it ends up kind of sticking your mouth together. So talking of stuff that sticks your mouth together, and that's a sentence I probably wouldn't use at work. My mum used to make the best, what I used to call when growing up, stick your mouth together pudding, and it was oh god, what was it? I think it was like toffee style pudding. It was in a flan case, and it was just really, really sticky and yummy, and oh, could really go for some of that. I haven't had that in years. It's always the best things from your childhood, isn't it? It's always food. Guys, if you have any like big memories from when you were younger, specifically about food, please post them in the comments. I want to hear exactly what, you know, what food reminds you of your childhood. And more importantly, that one actually goes out as well to our foreign visitors to the channel, because I want to know all the sorts of different foods that you guys end up eating. I'm always interested in knowing what other countries eat what. I know my Danish friends have something called, and I'm sorry if I end up butchering this, but grokomeflil, which as I understand it is a kind of a rice pudding dish with jam. Am I right? I hope so. And also something called remoulade, which is kind of like, I don't know how to describe it really. It's kind of a bit like mayonnaise. I would call it burger sauce personally, but hey, there you go. Yep. And of course fludebolle as well. And when I visited there last time, I was made a fool out of by having to say fludebolle flim. And I've got no recollection of what that actually means. I think it's something to do with a large fludebolle, which is like, in England we know them as tea cakes. They're like chocolate with marshmallow and, you know, biscuit and God knows what else. And I've made an absolute dick of myself right there. Yeah, we're restarting. Sorry guys. Too busy talking about food. Story of my life. Right. Yeah, so one of these biscuit things with marshmallow in, served on a large flat biscuit tray or something. I don't know, but it's because us Englanders, we can't get our mouths around the noises and words and letters that the Danes actually end up speaking, and so consequently it makes us look ridiculously foolish, and they all end up getting a laugh out of it. So again, foreigners in particular, and by foreigners I don't mean that harshly, I just mean obviously guys who aren't English speaking countries, but that English isn't your first language. Please, 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 let's have a little bit of fun. Leave a comment in the in the video with a phrase and its pronunciation, and I will pick a few for the next video, or if I've already recorded a video in the future to say, and we can all have a laugh hearing me attempt to pronounce your words. And that isn't meant to be offensive in any way, it's just a bit of fun, because I know how much other countries love hearing Englanders in particular try to pronounce words in their own language and failing miserably. And believe you me guys, all of you out there, if you're speaking in a standard tongue that is not English, believe you me, your grasp of the English language is always going to be infinitely better than our grasp of your language, because us Englanders are like that. We don't particularly enjoy learning any other language. I do, on the other hand though, I would love to learn as many languages as possible. I know a friend of mine, and I'll give him a shout out in this episode, a chap called Marius. He is, I believe, Norwegian. Apologies if I've got that wrong, Marius. Really am. And he was telling me about this actually goes with the driving theme at the moment. A chap called Peter Solberg. He's a rally car driver, and in his interviews, his grasp of the English language is terrible.
Well done. This license allows
2
access to
seconds.
new events. A new championship is now accessible. You just need to follow your GPS to get there. Good luck.
Thank you for your advice, Todd.
Still cheesy as ever. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so his grasp of the English language, absolutely terrible. And his phrase was, you know, it's not the speed that kills you, but it's the impact. And obviously he's talking about rally car driving, and you know, should you hit something at speed, it's going to end up killing you. But what he ended up saying was very similar to that, but he substituted speed and impact for his home language, which ended up being fart and smell, or yeah, exactly, fart and smell. So what ended up being the previous comment I just made was actually, it's not the fart that kills you, it's the smell. And I think they are words to live by indeed. So guys, if you've liked this one, please leave us a like. Please leave comments. As I've said in the video, it would be really good to hear from everybody. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please subscribe. And enjoy those meals, guys. Thanks and good night. Much love. I'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.